My next guest mentors budding designers on the hit Bravo show Project Runway. Please welcome Tim Gunn.
Wonderful to be here. What a great reception.
Tim, of course, people love you, and you know what? I always love seeing you. But I wanted you here tonight specifically to sit next to Larry the Cable Guy.
It's an honor.
I feel maybe you could give him some help, some advice.
You know, I have to say, Larry, you own this look. This is you.
That's right. In my circles, this gets me front seat at any restaurant, and there is.
I have no doubt about it. And I would say that if this is the look you want, you have an excellent one.
That's right. That's what I say.
I think that's congratulations. He can be proud.
You're fully branded this way. Don't change.
Well, see, this is so much style is. You'd think it's subjective, but then some people get self-conscious because they think, no, there are rules. I'm one of those people that I think, oh, there must be rules to fashion. You don't believe that's true. You believe that you can own it and you can make it good.
Absolutely. If you really are confident in what you're doing, and I mean, I will say it needs to be pretty okay. It needs to be right.
Right. If I'm wearing like leather short shorts and a bicycle helmet and nothing else, which is a dream I've had, it's not enough that I'm confident. It's just wrong.
Right. Well, it only works in the privacy of your own mind.
Yes.
So you have to be conscious of some of the guidelines. I mean, I subscribe to silhouette, proportion, and fit, and when you apply those to yourself, you can really do just about anything, providing you're observing those particular dimensions. Silhouette, proportion, in other words, the relationship of the items to each other and to your body.
Yes.
And of course, fit. We're all shaped differently, and just because you see something on a rack in a store, or it's a fashion trend that someone says, you have to go out there and get that, it doesn't mean you should.
Okay, well, this is a good... What are the fashion trends right now that you're not a fan of? What's happening out there? What are the kids up to that you don't like?
Well, on the runway at Fashion Week, which we've just had, there were a lot of high-waisted pants and high-waisted skirts. They're only good for certain body types. I mean, if you are a short-waisted woman and you put on a high-waisted skirt, it's going to look like you're wearing a strapless dress.
Right, right. Well, what about a guy like me? I'm very long in the leg, freakishly long in the leg. I'm like 6'4½", but I have the torso of a little boy. And I'm not kidding. And so if I wore high-waisted pants, it would look like the circus is in town. It would look like giant long legs and a little head on top. And a belt right under the chin. I mean, that would be a bad idea.
That would not be good for you. And actually, fashion designers love any men with your physique. Long legs are incredibly great. Yeah. And people look wonderful in clothes.
And
that have long
sharp
legs.
cheekbones.
Perfect. You could be on the runway.
And I hear cartoony hair is also in.
You own your look.
Yes, I have to. No one else will have it. It upsets you, I'm told, when grown men dress kind of like kids, which is a trend in our society. Grown men trying to say, yeah, I'm youthful, and they walk around and they dress sort of like they're 17, 18 years old. That bothers you.
Well, it bothers me with men, and it bothers me with women also. I mean, I really believe in being age appropriate. There's nothing wrong with that, except the fact that you've navigated the world for a certain amount of time, you build up a certain amount of experience, and be proud of it. And dressing your age doesn't mean being dowdy or being frumpy or looking, I'll call it, old. Right. But here in New York, I see it all the time. I live in Chelsea. I see tons of men who try to dress 30 or 40 years younger than they are, and they end up looking older. And the same is true of women. I mean, the summer months, stay clear of Madison Avenue, because it's being paraded by grandma Jezebels wearing mini skirts. Really, they're wearing...
You Jezebel!
Mini skirts and little tube tops, and it's not a pretty sight.
Those are hookers you're talking about. Tim. Those are old hookers.
You think so?
Okay, now, one of the things that I'm told bothers you a little bit is that some of our leaders, some of the people in Washington, D.C., because of their stature and their power, you feel they should dress a little more appropriately, but they don't sometimes. They're so interested in dressing down and looking cool and looking like one of the people. That's not good, right?
Well, let's be really clear about it.
Right.
The clothes we wear send a message about how we want to be perceived.
Right.
And it's the semiology of fashion.
Yeah.
And it's important. And I just believe that most of our leaders in office don't take on that responsibility. They don't acknowledge it.
Well, we have a photograph here. This is not a doctored photograph. This is a real photograph that was taken not too long ago of President Bush. Now, what's going on here? He's wearing...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he's wearing shorts. He's wearing Crocs. I don't know if you can see. He's wearing Crocs with socks with the presidential seal on them. That is not a doctored photo. That's real. Why is he doing that? Why, Tim? Why?
I just realized I had the Schwarzenegger look. I mean, my God.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that the Crocs are a metaphor.
Yeah.
That's all that I can say. It's the nicest thing that I can say without having the Secret Service go after me.
Well, we'll dissect that later. What about Hillary Clinton? Well, do you like the way she dresses? Because sometimes people give her a hard time. What do you think?
Well, when she was in the White House, I really thought that there was hope for her. And then she became the senator from New York, and I thought, hooray, hallelujah, she's from New York, she's representing us. Her fashion will really be ramped up. But I think she's confused about what her gender is. Honestly.
Really?
She's so mannish in her dress, and I believe the suits are probably made out of Kevlar. And I just don't get it. I will tell you, though, there's one Capitol Hill leader whose fashion I think can't be beat, and that's Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House.
Yeah.
Nancy, run for president.
Yeah. Wow. Let me ask you quickly, we're out of time, but what do you, Tim, you always look good, but what do you do when you want to get crazy? What do you do? Well, you're such a button-down guy. When you want to really be, just sort of go off the reservation, what do you wear?
A pinwheel hat, nipple clip.
Larry was told to.
Yeah. You've seen him, haven't you, Larry?
You
I
have.
was there that night.
Parading around Chelsea.
What do you do?
I mean, for me, I guess as far as I go is Maynard G. Krebs. It's a black turtleneck and a pair of jeans.
Really?
Yeah.
You just walk around with bongos in the village?
No, I do need the bongo accessory.
We'll get to
You're
the
quite right.
bongos. Project Runway, which is a very good show, airs Wednesdays at 10 p.m. on Bravo. Always a pleasure
Thank
talking
you,
to you,
Conan.
really. Tim Gunn, Jim Lauderdale coming up. Take a break. We'll be right back.